In this video, I'm going to show you how I bought this rental property without using a dime of my own money. I'm going to walk you through the after product and show you some before pictures, give you some tips on how we rehabbed it. I'm also going to go over the numbers so you know exactly how we bought it without using any of our own money. Let's go check it out. Before we go inside, hit that like button. You know why. We ended up getting this lead from Driving for Dollars, which is driving around looking for outdated and not well taken care of houses. We ended up contacting the owner and buying the property. We bought it for $115,000 and we used a private money lender for that entire purchase. As you can see, we rehabbed the property. What we did here in the kitchen was we didn't do a ton. The kitchen was in pretty good shape. As you can see, we ended up just painting the cabinets and putting new hardware on. We left the rest of it, it was in pretty good shape. We left the countertops, didn't have to do a ton. Don't love these countertops, but they were in such good shape, there was no really point in replacing them. We'll probably have to do that down the line. We ended up putting $33,000 worth of rehab into the property. We used that same private money lender for that rehab. So we borrowed $115,000 from that private lender to buy the property. Then we borrowed $33,000 from that same private lender to fix up the property. So we have $148,000 of this private lender's money in the deal. However, we need to get him his money back plus interest. Here's how we did it. A little bit of a rehab tip for you is we hate carpet. As you can see now, and as you'll see throughout this video, there's no carpet in this house. We don't like to have carpet in our rental properties. It just gets torn up. That's just general nature of it. It gets dirty and you usually have to replace it every couple years. So we like to use this luxury vinyl plank throughout all the property. So after we got this property bought and fixed up with that private lender's money, we ended up getting the property rented for $1,850 a month to an amazing tenant. That's key for what's about to happen next. As you can see, we did a light rehab in the bathroom, kept the floor throughout, just kind of spruce it up and just replace what needed replaced. We don't want to go overboard, but we do want to have nice looking places because that attracts better tenants. The better you rehab, the nicer the house, the better tenant you'll get because good tenants have options. Here's the most important step, so pay attention. We took this rented, fixed up property to a small local bank. Not your big banks, not your Bank of America's, not your Commerce banks. They don't want anything to do with properties like this. You take these properties to a small local bank or a small local credit union. They will fight over your business for deals like this. Deals like this keep them in business. So what they did was they sent out a third-party appraiser to get the market value of this property because they're going to give us an 80% loan for that. So they're doing an 80% cash out refinance. If you're talking to banks, mention that 80% cash out refinance. If they give you a look like they don't know what you're talking about, that's not the right bank. The right banks know exactly what that means. So this property ended up appraising for $195,000 and 80% of that is $156,000. So they literally handed me a cashier's check for $156,000. If you were paying attention earlier, you notice that we owe our private lender $148,000 plus interest. So that $156,000 check that we'll get to here in a minute that the bank wrote us, we ended up using that to pay back our initial private lender plus interest. We ended up paying him $5,000 in interest. So he wrote us a check for $148,000 and he got a check back for $153,000 just about 3 months later. So he made a good little return on his money, a good safe investment, but now he's gone, he's out, he's got his money back, he's ready to do another loan, but we do owe the bank that $156,000 in the form of a mortgage over the next 25 years at about 3.5%, 4%. So that makes that manageable to make that payment every single month. However, we're not the one making that payment. We owe a mortgage, taxes, insurance, maintenance, vacancy, property management, all those things that go along with owning properties, we still owe those every single month. However, we got the property rented to an amazing tenant for $1,850, and that $1,850 covers the mortgage plus all owning expenses. So now I own this property and I didn't use any of my own money to buy it, and I'm not going to use any of my own money to maintain it and pay all the payments that are needed in owning rental property. So over time, this property is going to go up in value and the tenant's going to pay the mortgage down and my net worth and my equity are going to grow over time. Plus, I'm getting about $300 a month positive cash flow after everything is paid off. What I just went over was the BRRRR method or the BURRS strategy. And the beautiful thing about it is you can do it however many times you want. There is literally zero limit to how many times you can do it. We've done it almost 100 times now, so it's just something that you can get better at and repeat over and over. I know that was a lot, so make sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not. I go over stuff like this all the time, and in the description below I actually have a free training that talks about how to do this. I get up on a whiteboard and kind of show you exactly how to do what we've done in a little bit different terms. So make sure to check that out. See you on the next video.